Hey everybody, welcome out to the Death Battle Cast. My name's Chad, I play the voice of Boomstick.
I'm Nick, I'm the voice of myself and also a writer on the show.
I am Torrian, I am the 3D swordsmith.
And prop master.
My name is Sam and I have pretzels.
Wonderful, Sam. One of these days you're going to tell people at the intro that you write for Death Battle and Desk of Death Battle, but
nope.
I'm going to have to keep doing it apparently. Hey, if you guys are tuned into the Death Battle Cast for the first time, we encourage you guys to stick around. Basically on the show, we hang out with each other, talk about a bunch of, nerdy stuff, and usually go more into depth about episodes, especially on episodes that come out right after an episode of Death Battle, which
I was
is
just
the
about to
case
say,
for today.
that's really cool.
Zoro versus Erza. Yeah, we've got like...
He's like right by the hashtag Death Battle Cast.
And he's just like watching you. It's just Deadpool's head pool, if you will.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing?
That's a real thing.
Is that a porn cover?
No, Deadpool. Headpool is... I can't even say it now.
I can't, because that sounds real dirty.
Headpool is the disembodied head of Deadpool who's friends with Deadpool. They're from different dimensions.
Of course it is, Nick. Of course it is.
That seems right.
So, coming up in the show, we're going to go a little bit more in depth in the Zoro versus Erza Death Battle, which just went up. So, if you guys haven't seen that yet, then please take a break, go watch the episode, and then come back, because we're probably going to get into some spoiler territory. And I mean, but
I scared myself for a second.
Really?
Yeah, like you can't see it. Like I was crossing my feet back here, and I held down the little lever that makes me do this. I didn't know what was happening.
Nick's just sinking.
Anyway.
Also, after the Zoro versus Erza discussion, we will be revealing, for the first time in Death Battle Cast, the the opponent for Deadpool.
Yes.
So stick around, and that will be happening here in just a little bit. But before we get into all that, one fun thing we do on the show is where we have a community battle, and that's where we give you guys a battle, and you guys get to debate in the comments or using the hashtag DeathBattleCast, which you should do, and ask us questions and stuff. And then we go over it at the show and pick who we think won the debate. So last week, I don't know how some of these come up, I swear to God. We had Gandalf versus Naruto.
Oh, yes. I suggested
Yes, because you said he's not a ninja, he's magic. And so we said, why doesn't he fight a wizard? So Gandalf versus Naruto.
My money's on Naruto.
Let's see what we got. This one's from D Dragon King.
D Dragon King.
You want it, Nick? Go for it.
Yeah, sure. Naruto, because he can use nature's energy itself and transform into a mountain-sized fox that shoots tactical nukes. Like I was already on Team Naruto because ninjas are like the coolest thing ever.
But he's not a ninja.
You think ninjas are cooler than wizards?
Yeah.
He's
like
not a
wizards are
ninja.
neat and all, but
He's not a ninja.
But what if he was a wizard? He could just use magic to turn himself into a ninja.
What if,
then he would be a ninja.
Name
Like,
one
point still
famous
stands,
ninja that is cooler than Gandalf.
Ninja Turtles.
That was funny and a cop-out.
It was. Nick's like childhood default is just Ninja Turtles. Like when in doubt, Turtles. Thank God. They cover so many bases, you know?
That's exactly how he said it. Turtles.
I'm trying to think of other ninjas.
Yes,
Shredder?
a couple of 90s deformed turtles are better than one of the greatest wizards from literature ever.
Ryu
Sure.
Hayabusa, Ninja Guy, he might be okay. He's an actual ninja.
I mean, he
Yeah,
is.
he is.
And he
There are
does
better
have
ninjas,
mystic powers.
Yeah.
And he probably would have been a much better matchup for Naruto. But we chose Gandalf, so let's see who's defending Gandalf.
No, I'm pretty sure Ryu
That
would have
would
got
be-
shit on too.
Spencer Bruce.
Oh, we got a novel here.
Yep.
All right, Gandalf is part of a race called the Maiar, think lesser gods. They are highly attuned to all the magic of Middle-earth, and most importantly, they can only be killed by other Maiar. This is why Gandalf came back from death, after being seemingly killed by the Balrog of Moria. Naruto is not a Maiar, so no matter how hard he tries, he physically cannot defeat Gandalf.
Oh, snap! Snap! I knew it!
However,
I was right.
he draws his power from Middle-earth. If they're anywhere but Middle-earth, is he just powerless? Is it a complete stalemate?
What isn't Middle-earth just, like...
Well, I just don't think
like
it still
an
matters.
Earth?
Like he
Like, it's
can't.
Earth.
He still
No,
can't
it's
kill.
Which is why I'm saying
Naruto.
stalemate.
Like he can't. Well, even if it's a
Theoretically.
stalemate, and like Gandalf gets semi-killed anyways by the Balrog, and then he goes to his weird white space,
Yeah.
and then he comes back elsewhere later. It's like he respawned.
Yeah,
So
like
I still
eventually,
think Naruto gets a kill, then Gandalf respawns. That's still
sorry,
the thing.
it's been a while. I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. It's not that he just like respawned somewhere else. He actually had to like climb he had to get out. He had to get out. He had to use his way to escape
Oh,
them.
It,
Like
it wasn't
ever
like
falling.
it wasn't like he
Yeah.
just instantly came back on the spot.
It wasn't like he
Like, I'm
popped
back.
up in the armory from the Matrix and then was like, "Yo, I'd really like to go back to Middle Earth," and then he just like popped up in the
But
forest.
Naruto could still essentially,
Use his
dismember
magic.
him and take all of his limbs off, and then he would be much more garbagey.
It's like,
And then let's see him crawl out of his figurative hell pit without arms and legs.
Without arms.
He just can't die. Like you just chop him up into tiny pieces, but he's still
Put him in a jar.
conscious.
Naruto is on like
whole
a
time.
whole crazy level, but Gandalf
The
is.
tactical nuke fox. That's.
I mean, that's
That's
magic.
This one's hard to debate. What
Okay.
do you guys feeling?
Not ninja.
I'm still thinking Naruto.
He wears an orange prison jumpsuit.
Unless it's in Middle Earth. If it's in Middle Earth, then
I'm a ninja.
Torrian's gonna choose
Probably
Gandalf
Gandalf.
just because he hates Naruto. So
That is very true. So
Naruto, he's just,
gonna leave it up to me.
it's anime and stuff. Like, come on. They go ham as hell in that stuff.
anime
Well,
is-
guess what?
that
I don't
stuff,
have to
come on.
rely this one upon research, and it's one of the few things I can biasly just choose my answer. So I'm gonna say Gandalf.
yes.
And now we're at a stalemate. So
Has it ever not been?
yeah, we usually always.
No,
kinda,
the carpet one was pretty
Carpet was
unanimously
pretty-
carpet.
I didn't get to see the results of that. Who won?
carpet.
Carpet
Carpet one.
Because he has tassels.
And then Jackson, the bionic arm guy that nobody cares about,
Yep.
was
Brad
Jax.
Spencer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
which
haven't
was
really-
obvious.
Man,
What?
I just want us to be Gandalf, but I'll say Naruto. Just we pick one. Fine.
And my winning
Naruto
streak
wins.
continues.
Peer pressure gets
there you
to him.
go.
All right,
Yeah,
Sam.
there you go.
You have your yellow-orange prison jumpsuit wizard.
Ninja.
That sounds like a whole different. That sounds like non-Baka. I don't know if you watch that show. That's a strange show.
Chat with these anime references.
Yeah, it's because one of the 1,000 podcasts I'm on has to do with anime,
It's
so I
true.
watch a lot of it.
You work a lot.
What's your phone tell us to do now?
Now our phone seamlessly transitions us
Wow.
into talking about the most recent episode of Death Battle, which was
Zoro
Roronoa
versus
Zoro versus Ursa Scarlet, and that's One Piece and Fairy Tail.
It was really funny
So-
hearing Boomstick say that name.
Roronoa.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was.
awesome.
The good news is like. I usually try and hit like pronunciation right in like general, like myself, but with Boomstick it's fun and like he doesn't even have to because he's
Yeah.
known for being that he's the wacky weapons expert character. So, like sometimes he can say shit that's just like mispronounce things intentionally if it's hard to do or something like that.
Tatsumaki Senpuku.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Senpukaki. I
Ryu's
love
move.
I love that in the Ryu death battle, not the Tatsumaki, but when we
The
looked up
diarrhea kick?
the diarrhea joke foot.
Yep.
I will never forget
And diarrhea joke
because
foot.
we googled it and that is what it
Yeah.
translated to, the and diarrhea joke foot, and we laughed so hard we were just like, we
That
gotta-
has to go in the script,
Gotta put
yeah.
it in the fight. Yeah, we gotta put it in the script.
I've seen people reference it that like just I couldn't tell you where. I want to say like on Shoryuken maybe.
Oh, yeah, really?
Somebody somewhere like once or twice I've seen since then people on completely unrelated sites just like making that reference.
Does it
think it's
mean like
because-
if it kicks you, you get diarrhea?
I think that's well. I
Well,
think
okay,
'cause
it's
he
that-
does a step kick.
Yeah, it's
that
Ryu's step kick
blasts
that like
him.
Yeah, you hit them so hard in the stomach they poop.
Yeah.
But what if you hadn't eaten anything?
You still
You still-
you probably
you
create it. You probably
Yeah.
poop your soul out.
You create.
diarrhea is coming out.
He somehow will use the power of nothingness to create
I mean,
fecal
unless
matter
you,
to be expelled.
Unless you've just had like a super enema, I think there's always going to be some poop there.
Yeah. There's always some poop
In the colon?
in your
I think
colon.
so.
Like 24/7.
I imagine, yeah.
So you don't ever get rid of all of it.
No, you're always going to be part shit, Torian.
Some people more than others.
That's what my guidance counselor told me. But
So
Well then.
back on the Zoro versus Erza death battle. Again, this is going to contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, go do that before you come back. All right. So this fight was one we talked about doing for a really long time. It was one that we kept being like, maybe next season. Maybe next season, because both One Piece and Fairy Tail have a staggering amount of episodes and manga, and that is just a ton of stuff to go through. Right, Sam?
Yeah, and together I think it was 1,200 episodes because like 500 and 700.
Yeah.
Luckily we
envy
have a
nothing.
research. Yeah, luckily we have a research team.
episodes.
Yeah, and luckily their wikis are pretty well done, so you kind of know a lot of things like where to look for stuff. But like we still had to watch way too much of both, and it was really long and very arduous. And
How you know it's too? At what point where is he like, this is too much? I've watched too much.
like we knew it was too much the day we started doing it.
No, like you get to an episode and you're like, okay, I've been watching.
Well,
this
whenever
too
we
much.
looked at the first day, we looked at One Piece, and it was like, oh, they're all 23 minutes long, and there's 700 of them, and that's gonna take literally like 8 weeks of watching 40 hours a week.
Wow.
We can't do it. That's why we have a
The
research team
yeah.
full of people that luckily some
shout
had
outs
already
to
watched them.
everybody in the
Yeah.
research team. Like you guys, they don't get a lot of FaceTime or whatever, but they are ridiculously helpful.
Oh, yeah,
to all of us. So
This
thank
is
you
a
to every
fight we
single
would
one of
not
you.
have been able to do without them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, one thing I wanted to just kind of put out there, since you mentioned like, oh, the wiki's really good, and one thing I really want to clarify, because some people be like, what, they just read the wikis? So how the death battle process works is we won't put anything into a death battle that we've confirmed that we haven't confirmed.
Right.
So what we do is wikis are a very useful source, or like respect threads to get us started, and that's where it's like, oh, look up all these crazy feats that they've done or things or whatever. And then the wikis will say like, oh, this person can do this. And then we'll be like, okay, well, let's find where they say that. And then we go and we actually make sure it's true. And a lot of times, honestly, we found stuff that's like, this means this person can do whatever. And then we go there and like, nope, they've totally misinterpreted that. Like, that isn't exactly how it
Other
is.
times it's like they'll cite something. You're like, okay, where are they getting that from? And then you search for like that feat or whatever it may be. And it's only ever people citing this wiki, which doesn't cite anything. So then, like, you can't really use that if you can't find it
The
in the
most
show.
useful thing is the character list, where it's like, oh, Zoro's in, here's every episode he appears in. And it's like, oh, okay, there's 13 episodes where he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
That they're doing some other story with. I think we might be able to just watch those like lighter. Like I can read the manga while looking up at that one. Like, you know, I don't have to be fear focused because Zoro's not showing up for 13 episodes, so he's not going to do anything that crazy while he's not there.
Right.
Yeah, so wikis are just good starting points, and unless you're researching Blaze Blue, in which case they're not helpful. They're just painful.
What was the story of that?
I know.
God,
We don't have the time.
No, don't send Nick down the Blaze Blue road.
I would love to rant about that again, but we don't have the time.
the Sonic one was really bad for Amy. There were so many like facts that were
really?
just wrong on it, and it was really annoying to go through.
Yeah. But so, like I said, it's a huge undertaking, and you know, they said from the just shouting from the rooftops, the research team has just been absolutely awesome. And so everyone really digs in, and everybody's like citing feats and stuff. And sometimes we'll be like, okay, we heard he can do this, but we're not being able to find a source. Has anybody seen this source, or is this a lie? And then they'll find it, like, nope, here's what they're referencing, and it's wrong. And like,
Yeah, like they're amazing.
Yeah.
They find stuff so quickly and so accurately in places that like there are times when I thought I had covered everything, but then they just find it like that, and just huge help.
Yep, absolutely. So it's a big undertaking for both characters, but this one's been requested a lot. You know, it's like Zoro is just known for like the badass and has got a bunch of swords, you know, and Erza has like one of the coolest magic things ever, and that's that she's just like, I can keep pulling out all these different weapons and armors, and like because the two, just, you know, One Piece and Fairy Tail are these humongous animes that have so many episodes, it just kind of made sense for the two characters to fight. And like Ben said on last week's episode, you know, we don't get to do as many like guy versus girl matchups, but whenever we do, it's a cool, like, extra interesting dynamic. Though that is very sad because sometimes, you know, I mean, one of them's got to die.
One of them has to die.
Yeah.
Dante versus Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What?
Have most of the guy ones, the girl loses?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping track.
Conspiracy! No.
But we may have at least
Great, you just
one
triggered
more of
people,
those
Torrian, thanks.
matchups
Oh my
coming up
God.
soon.
Oh,
Who knows?
no.
I'm gonna have to think about it. We've done so many, like, it's hard to remember like all the different ones that we've done. But yeah, so like, let's see, Sam, what was like there's so many things to go through, I know, and like some of the feat calculations for this were nuts because they've both done some just ridiculous
Blown
big
up
stuff.
cubes and
Yeah, like blown up cubes
Blown
and
up
slicing
cubes.
mountains in half, like.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff, and like the thing that kills this is the worst thing about Death Battle is when you do, and I know you've done this before, Chad. When you do, like, you spend a whole day doing a math equation, and then you're like, I finished it. Look at this math, and then somebody walks over, and is like, oh, but that doesn't matter because this one thing, and you're just like, fuck, I just ruined the entire day. Like, and there was a lot of that with these two, where it would just be like, oh, let's do this, and you know, we have to do some huge, like one of the ones for Erza was fighting the other world Erza Knight, and they blow up like a whole floating island when they clash into each other, and it's a humongous explosion. So trying to calculate that was really, like, I did that. I spent like a whole day on that, and then Ben just brought up some silly point about how one little thing I was using was about how the other Erza's lance weapon was said to like be able to shake the world, and then he was just like, yeah, but that's probably just figurative, and like pulled up this other thing from, it's a long story from the manga, and it was just like, oh, so it's not gonna work. Okay, never mind. And it was just like a whole day of doing math, which I don't like doing math. No, who does? There's one thing we need.
Spent a whole day doing math, and it was worthless.
The next time we hire somebody, they need to enjoy math, because the rest of us are just like, we can do it, but sometimes it's, you know, just not fun. Who wants to spend your whole day doing math?
Accountants.
Well,
They don't want to do it. Accountants
They
no.
chose that.
Yeah, they chose that because
That
they
was
wanted
the
to be
money.
rich.
They chose it for the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
Accountants-
math.
Not all the time. But.
If you look at their suicide rate, I bet you accountants are pretty
Oh
high.
no, that's
They're right
also
next
math.
to dentists.
damn.
Someone has to calculate that math too, and they
Yeah.
also chose that.
See,
But see,
Math
luckily
rules the
we
world.
get to do it in a fun medium, so that's
Does
good.
we?
Like,
Do we?
You know, it's not. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's nice getting when you get the result. You're like, well, that's cool. I've now quantified what a cartoon character can do. But I don't know. I find it at least semi-enjoyment.
Do you
but
use
man,
it at parties, like a party trick? Like, hey, I know how to calculate the weight of the world, or whatever. It's like, oh, really? Cool.
Let me tell you, Torian,
And they're
that's
all like,
how
yeah,
you
we
get
can just
all
Google
the
it.
ladies.
We can just Google it.
No, yeah, because that's what you do at parties, and it's always great. Like, so one of the things working at Death
That is what
okay.
I do. It's a math problem.
Yeah. What's great is explaining to people. Have you guys ever
Yeah,
do
yeah,
this stuff?
like-
Like, so you know, somebody will be like, oh, blah blah blah, and like I'll be at like some situation, especially because like I have a daughter, which means I'm thrust into many weird social experiences where I might not necessarily have anything in common with the people around me. Like, for example, dance class. Like she goes to dance, and I'll be there, right? And then
Yes.
like the other like moms and dads, it's like, oh, cool. So what do you do? And I'm like,
Oh, that hurts.
well.
It always begins with a sigh.
Yeah, it's like, you know, YouTube, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, so we make, you know, videos for YouTube. Oh, about what? And I'm just like,
It's the about
you've
what
done it
that
now.
throws me.
yeah.
So like, same thing. You go to my kid's school, and there's all these like tough and gruff dads in Detroit working at the factories and they're construction workers and all this. And I come in with this hoodie on, my fucking blonde tipped hair, and like shoes, and they're like, "Yo, so what do you do, son?"
Well,
I'm
you could
like,
just say you're a 3D animator.
Yeah.
they don't. I might as well speak in Chinese. Like,
Have they ever seen a Pixar before?
okay,
have you seen
Pixar?
That is
That's the question.
Have you seen a Toy Story?
That is
That's
the
what
only.
you
So
do.
if any,
Only
so
more death.
I'll shoot for the default. Probably what everyone says. I work on YouTube.
Yeah.
So then if someone gives me the "What do you do?"
Yeah.
and then if Justin doesn't interrupt them and says he makes people fight.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
go get some orange juice. Don't tell people that. Don't tell me I make people fight. I make like little cartoons or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay. But like it is weird.
So
It's really weird.
true story. This happened at dance class, and they asked that, and I did the YouTube thing, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, well, what do you do?" And I'm like, "All right." It usually goes like this. I'm like, "So heads up, it's really nerdy, but you know, like, if you know those like childhood arguments of like who would win in a fight to the death between like Goku and Superman, or if they look blankly, I'm like Mario and Sonic.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, and then I'm like, well, we have a show where we do a soul-crushing amount of nerdy research, determine who would actually win in the fight, and then present it to them in a cool animated fight. And it's called Death Battle, and it's like our flagship show. We also do a bunch of other things. And then as this was happening, and I'm watching everyone's, you know, kind of faces of like, oh, that's cool. That sounds like a fun job. That's what I always get. They don't know what to respond. The receptionist at the dance place is this girl probably in her like 20s or something like that, and she's like, I just see her come leaning out like as I'm explaining it. And so then after I finish, she just goes, I'm like, she's about to be like, that's really weird. She's just like, you make those death battles? And I was like, yeah. She's like, me and my boyfriend watch them all the time.
That is the
And I was
glimmer.
just
That
like,
is the
oh,
glimmer
that's
of
cool.
hope. That is the glimmer of hope
Yeah,
when
so it was
somebody
just
comes out
somebody
of
like,
nowhere.
it's validated.
Yeah.
Yes, because then now the rest of the parents have no idea what to talk to you about for the rest of the day if Kira's not around.
Well, and that's what's actually bad because I don't do sports. Like, I don't watch sports.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's everyone's go-to. So after that conversation, they're usually like, well,
We're not
better
gonna talk to
salvage
that
a
guy.
conversation. Like, so did you see the Cowboys game? And I'm like, you're just gonna, this is never gonna work. I don't watch sports. Like,
See, most of the time these days, I just tell people I write research papers on things that will never help anyone. That's usually if I don't want to
great.
explain them because they're like, that sounds boring, and they walk away, and it's fine. Like if you lead in with I make
That's
YouTube
great.
videos, they're like, oh, really? But if you're just like, no, I write research papers on things that don't matter, they're like, oh.
My favorite thing
to
is
slide away.
my favorite thing is dropping the useless knowledge. Like I I have a bunch of like nerd friends outside of work here, and so I
well,
got
actually,
I did that hard the other night.
no. I like telling them about the time Captain America fought the literal embodiment of drugs.
That's great.
Trying to explain Blaze Blue, things like that. That's always
The KFC
that's
one
always
is
fun.
good. With on Deska Death Battle.
oh, Colonel
Oh, yeah,
Sanders
yeah,
and all
yeah,
his different
yeah, yeah.
versions, and I love that one is an actual chicken. That's
Yeah.
just the best.
That's great.
Yeah, I was out at Thanksgiving, and there was like a friend of a friend at Thanksgiving, right? And he was talking about the Millennium Falcon, and he was like, so you like, I like how they did it in the new one. It's really cool that they brought it back, and like he was just like, and I just, he said something about how like the Millennium Falcon's like a really cool ship. And I was like, actually, it's not. Like, it's a really boring, like, it's a Carillion YT 1700 light freighter. And, like, I just started shitting on this kid with knowledge. He was like, oh. And he was just, like, eating it up. And I was like, all right, kid, you can calm down now. And I did. And it went on for, like, an hour about Star Wars stuff. He
See,
was
so it
really
does at least have
interested.
some purpose. And again, I haven't acknowledged your stupid props of the week, Torrian, but there they are yet again. You brought a Nerf gun, a Boomco blaster, and some Nerf Darth Maul double sword
Nerf sword.
shit going on. Oh, God, it was loaded.
Woo! That was awesome. That was great.
Now you
Loaded no
can't
more.
shoot
You're
Chad.
fixing that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We were gonna shoot Chad
Not
every
anymore.
time he said.
But Nick ruined it. Don't even
It's
try.
one left.
So anyway, we keep deviating away, but the Zoro vs. Erza battle, tons and tons of time went into this one, getting everything going, and the animation was done by Jets, who, man, God, I love Jets' animation.
Long time community member too.
Yep.
Like early days.
Yeah, Jets has been around since the early days of Screw Attack, and we've had a few new animators come on board, and it's been great working with them. And it was really cool that we reached out to Jets because we were like, he mainly did like Flash animation, and so we were like, hey, you know, we're looking for a couple more animators. Like, I don't know if this would be in your wheelhouse, but if you want to. And he's like, oh, yeah, I could do that. Let me put something together. And he did, and we were like, whoa! And then the first thing he animated for us was the Colonel Sanders versus Ronald McDonald.
Yeah,
DBX.
that was cool.
Yeah. And, you know, from that, we were just like, man, we got to get him on Death Battle. And so he animated this episode. It came out really, really good. And, I mean, there's a lot of little pieces and stuff, too, with, like, Erza changing so much, like, in her armors and attacking with all this stuff. And then also you have to do stuff like represent the crazy seven-sword style or whatever. I'm blanking on the name. Nine-sword style, yeah, thank you. Where he pops out all his extra heads and everything and then goes for the finishing move. And, like, man, just really like this episode.
I didn't even know about that.
You would
until
think that
I watched Death Battle.
You would think that like with sprites and stuff, you'd be super limited, but the way these animators treat them, you don't never think that there's limits at all. You know,
Yeah.
like they just make it so freeform and so.
Oh, I know, and Jets has been really good
So
too
good.
about swapping out certain artworks. Like when Zoro stood up in the fight and it was different when he was all bloody, and I was like, oh, like because it would, you know, if he stuck with the sprite, it would look more pixelated. And so it was really,
a really
cool.
good job,
Yeah. So yes, sadly, Erza was killed. She was cut in half by Zoro along the
pieces.
mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I love the mountain thing in the background too, just to really emphasize like how insanely hard Zoro can hit.
That was that was kind of Jets' idea too, because whenever I started writing the fight, I asked him, was like, is there anything you want? Like, if it's realistic, like we can put it in. And I mean, Zoro does cut a really giant fucking mountain in half in the show, so it was well within reason. And I was just like, I got that. We'll cut a mountain in half at one point. And then, so whenever we got to tie it into the killing blow, it was really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like it was so gruesome though.
It was for a sprite. It was. I was like, ah.
I know. She gets cut in half, and then like the squishy sound as it's like finishing rolling, and blood still like spurting out, and it's just like, yeah. And normally I'm known for the horrible deaths in Death Battle, and I'm like, ooh, I know, let's kill him, and then everyone just looks at me with this like look of disgust as to what I've just suggested. But you know, I didn't have really anything to do with the killing blow in this one. That was all you, and I just like the mountain. But did you add the part about the extra gore and stuff, or was that Jets?
It was kind of ambiguous in the actual fight script. It was just kind of like, it's gory, but I think he definitely took it the extra yard on that one, because we wanted it. My expression was like, I want it to be like Kill Bill squirty with blood, you know? That was my thing. I was like,
Hey, yeah. So
Squirty.
Jets, if you could just make
When-
this Kill Bill squirty.
well, no,
That'd be great.
when Lucy Liu cuts off that guy's head at the Yakuza like clan meeting thing,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah, just like a fountain.
like that's what I was like that. I want that kind of gore. But you know, he did a great job.
I think
just gonna punch this.
you add to it. You see these steps, and I think as a creator, you're like, man, how could I not necessarily make it gorier, but make it cooler, right?
Yeah.
So like Chad's like, hey, you know, what if Yang broke Tifa's neck, but like with the shotguns, right? And I'm like, what if her head spun all the way around? And then she fell, and that's exactly what happened. Like if you watch that, Tifa's head, like once Yang breaks it, it's like, and her head goes twice, and then she falls. Yeah, it's funny.
Well, it's great too because watching Torrian's face, because Torian's a really big fan of Ruby too, and so like when I was like, well, okay, so we know she's gonna win. I'm like, what if she grabbed her and just blasted the shotguns to like crack her neck or something? Torian was like, I never even thought about that. Like, you know, and then
it was a really great idea. I was like, oh man, that'd be dope. Like I thought she would like, because you would think she might like just rip her face, like rip her head in half. Yeah. But it's just so, it felt so like I've watched people watch it and it just feels so grounded.
Oh yeah,
that's what makes it so like that can really happen to me.
And that's one of my favorite deaths that we've done in Death Battle is the Tifa neck snap.
I like kicking Wolverine's head into pieces. That was cool.
Yeah, that's good too.
That part wasn't there. I think you guys thought about that. That part wasn't there. His head just gets cut off. And then I decided to chop it up and kick it. He laughs.
Yeah, that's what we do. You know, we gotta have fun. Like, I've had so many of my favorite characters murdered in horrible ways, but we kind of said that early on. I mean, it's just like, it's a death battle. One of them has to die, and if like we're gonna be killing characters, we might as well, you know, just commit to it. Yeah,
have fun with it.
Or have fun with it.
Cut a pixel woman in half. It's fine. She's pixels.
It's like when we were talking about
just a bunch of squares.
Just a bunch of squares. There you go.
Squares.
Or just a bunch of polygons, whatever. So
all right. Okay.
Yeah, it was
it's all fun and game until you insult Torian's animation. And then
it was a fun fight overall, though. Like, it was really long and hard to animate, and I know a lot of people, or not hard to research. I didn't animate it. That's on Jets. But I know a lot of people are probably like, why? And like, the thing it kind of boiled down, and like the argument that Jess and I used to convince Ben that we were right, is just kind of like, because it's two animes that constantly, no matter what, have their stakes increasing.
Yeah.
This one's just had a lot longer to increase. Like, if Erza had 200 more episodes and in that time included like a 2-year time skip montage where she trained and became like 3 times more badass, the fight probably would have gone to her. But she didn't, and that's what it is. It's like you have animes and they keep increasing the stakes every single season, and Zoro's just had a lot longer to increase his stakes. So
and yeah,
that's kind of the
Zoro's
boil down.
Much more powerful.
Yeah.
And he's much faster.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of times, like, if you took like season 5 Erza and season 5 Zoro, like Erza would probably win at that point, and then you know, but just at their maximum where they are now, it was Zoro.
Yeah, Zoro's just done some ridiculous stuff. So
yeah, he had done too many ridiculous things to ignore, really. And I mean, so did Erza, but cutting giant mountains in half and stuff like that is a bit much, you know.
Yeah, well, and also, like, on top of that, it wasn't even like Zoro's very weak. Like, he's taken so much crap, and just like, yeah, he gets messed up, but he just keeps going. Like,
yeah, he's pretty much near unkillable, you know. He's at that point where he's just so ignorantly powerful where he just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
That it's one of those things where you're just like, okay.
Yeah, so cool. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It was a lot of fun to work on. I'm sure Sam is very relieved. And Jessica, huge shout out to Jessica. Sam and Jessica are a team. They both wrote and researched this one together. So, man.
But Deadpool's next.
Yep, that's right. All right.
Yeah,
so
if
guess
you didn't
what?
know, Deadpool's next.
Yeah, if you didn't see that at the end of the video, then we just spoiled the ending of the video for you. But guess what? Deadpool's coming back for our next episode. And we're very excited to reveal who Deadpool will be taking on.
Should we do that now?
I think we should do that now. Do we have the video available? I think we do. All right. Well,
we're gonna roll the clip.
Without further ado, here's Deadpool's opponent in the next death battle.
What is that pose?
That is
I don't know.
really,
We're kind of stuck.
Oh,
that's a really good
transition.
The way they drew her hooves made it look like she just had big thumbs. Like that's all it was.
I love that
doing
pose.
like crane pose or something like that.
No, just like she's like, come at it, bro.
Like
some
an anteater.
Karate Kid shit. Yeah.
Is that the season finale?
This is technically our season finale. Yes. Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie
Pie. All
from
right.
My Little Pony.
Great.
Man.
So,
It started off on like this. Started off on this slick Matrix style thing, and now we're gonna have this awesome, funny battle between these two people. I love it. It's great.
Yeah,
I was planning on going my whole life never watching an episode of My Little Pony, but the forces that be at Screw Attack declared otherwise. So
Yeah, I mean, Gerardo's been watching the shit.
yeah,
out
yeah.
of it.
Thankfully,
But Gerardo,
thankfully, I'm literally partnered up with a brony who put together this reveal trailer for you guys. He's helping me research My Little Pony and stuff. I'm taking up Deadpool primarily. He's taking up My Little Pony, so I don't have to watch too much at least.
So we were talking about it, and this is one that we've seen pitched a bunch by the community, and always just makes us laugh. And like, I feel like we've hit a lot of serious death battles recently, and so it's like this will be a really good time for a fun one. And then we talked about it, and we're like, man, what if we did Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie? We've known, like, we've talked for a long time about wanting to bring a pony back into Death Battle ever since Rainbow Dash Starscream, and just, I don't know, we just had this moment where we're like, let's just do it. Like, it'll be fun, and we'll check it out because, like I said, I have a daughter, and so I've been watching. She loves My Little Pony, and I've watched a lot, pretty much all the episodes. And as this is going, like, I'm now, especially since the Rainbow Dash thing, I'm like making mental notes when I see like ponies do ridiculous stuff.
does
right?
your daughter know that she's going to be in a fight? Does she like have that?
No, not yet.
Is it
She
contextually?
may or may not be killed or commit a murder.
she does not know that.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be
she
a long
understands
time
the
before my daughter
concept.
watches anything that I do.
Does she understand the concept of death battle? Does she know that's what you do with your day? Is kill
What does
cartoon
she think
characters?
your job
she
is?
'Cause
knows
you
that
might
I
be-
do shows.
Yeah.
That I put on shows. She really likes that.
My dad puts on shows for people.
Yeah.
When are you going to tell her you kill cartoon characters? Because that really sounds like a funny thing to tell their child that's what their father does. Is like, your father kills cartoon characters.
I don't think you
like,
really understand it to a certain extent.
Oh, she'd understand.
Okay, well.
So she's like, she knows there's some pets that have died, and so she's like very like into death, like in a morbid way, and it's just like, stop bringing it up. And she's like, when are you gonna die, Dad? I'm like, stop.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Anyway,
You invited me
About
over
tomorrow,
for dinner,
5:30?
and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
says that. How would you be? We gotta go.
real soon.
real soon.
Yeah,
We gotta go.
real soon. No, so, but yeah, no, I will never. It'll be a while before, because I don't want to like crush her
Die?
dreams. But
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah, that too, Sam. Don't want to just die.
I took Beth on. I went low.
So, heads up with Pinkie Pie, like, I was paying extra attention to Pinkie Pie because I was like, all right, I know about, like, people keep asking for this Death Battle versus Pinkie Pie thing, and I know they ask it as a joke, but it'd be so fun to do. And so, like, I start watching stuff, and I keep seeing these little things, and I'm like, oh, like, that's a big one. And so, like, when we talked to it, I was like, hey, Nick, couple heads up things to watch out for, like, and I just gave him a couple little notes, and like, there's some ridiculous stuff. So we wanted to put these characters together because it'd been suggested, and also because they both break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
And
This stupid horse, man.
And
Stupid pink horse.
They both function as disembodied limbs as well.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so-
one a little more violent and bloody than the other, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just thought it'd be perfect for like Deadpool's personality, like to just be up against a pony too. Like we
Yeah.
thought we could have a lot of fun with the episode. So I hope you guys are excited about it because it's happening, and I'm
prepare
yeah, I'm
yourselves
very much looking forward
if you
to it.
can.
It should
gonna
be a
be
lot
great.
of fun. Yep. So man, Deadpool versus Pinkie
Do you
Pie.
have any like real dank puns yet?
Oh, like for
Yeah.
for the victor?
No, just
Don't-
good puns because for fighting. Because
Yeah.
are you
Oh,
gonna
right,
do
of
like
course.
a? Like,
the script's already written and voiced
is
by
there
our actors.
is there a thing where Deadpool goes like where he uses behoove in a situation to
I-
reference the hooves?
I can't spoil anything. I'm not gonna say
come
one
on,
way or
it's
the
like-
other.
But,
Yeah,
hey,
we
Sam,
work here.
the world of Equestria is full of horse puns. That's like the whole
because
Every
there's so
pony,
many
yeah.
things. Yeah. There's so many. Oh, with tails, there's so many good pun opportunities in there.
Hey, isn't there an alternate
Other side
universe
plan.
Deadpool that's a horse?
Oh, Deadpool. In one of the comic book arcs, there was Deadpool kills Deadpool.
Yep.
It was like all these Deadpools from alternate dimensions
Right.
in a all-out war, basically. There's, of course, Deadpool that we all know and love. There's the evil Deadpool they're all trying to kill. Then there's Panda Pool, T-Rex Pool. There's Dog Pool. There's Lady Deadpool. The best one, easily, is Beard of Bees Pool. It's just Deadpool with a bunch of bees around his chin, like a beard.
Wonderful.
There's like every variant of Deadpool you can possibly imagine.
That's really cool.
And they're all like in one universe together. It's like every panel there's something different. That's great.
God. All right, so I don't want to spoil too much because that's gonna be coming up very soon. Deadpool's been in a fight before, but there's gonna be some surprises. It's gonna be really good. I'm excited about
They
it.
got some fun stuff planned.
Yep, absolutely. Torian, what the hell is with you and the props?
There's
You
a
won't
bunch
stop
of
messing
them.
with them.
There's a bunch of them in my office, and I get tired of looking at them.
Do we have
It's like every time you're not
So
speaking,
you bring them over
go
here
and
where you
just
have to look
yeah.
at them more?
Yeah.
Do you have a thing of the week?
I do have a thing of the week along with these props. Roll that, John. Why I continue to pump this game up so I can shoot you.
God. Oh, great.
Okay, so I have a thing of a week. This is
it's
from
just a thing of the
one of my favorite stuntmen, Eric Jacobus. I'm looking for John for confirmation on his name. Jacobus. Wait, right, he's got a pan. Hey, give me that oven mitt. Okay, great. He's fighting with this pan. The egg is still on the pan. This is great.
In the world,
Look, it's hot. Wait, when I get this guy right, it's even hot.
What thing is this?
Here we go. The egg's still cooking. Oh, we gotta flip it.
That was kind of awesome.
Just flip it.
Oh, now it comes unstuck.
Of course.
There we go. That was it.
Thanks, Torian.
All right. Good. Well,
It's great. When have you ever seen a guy fight with a frying pan and the egg still on it?
never. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
And using the
My
heat
life
against
is better
people.
for it.
I know. That's a video called Rope-a-Dope 2.
Yeah, that's what it
yeah.
said.
He's one of my favorite stuntmen. I reference a lot of his stuff. He made the Kictionary where he does like
The Kictionary?
yeah, the Kictionary. He does like a bunch. He demonstrates like a bunch of different kicks, just different fighting styles or just stunt stuff. He does a lot of stunt work. I really like it. It's pretty cool. He does those fighting games, the Tekken side by side.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I've
Where
seen
he's
those
doing
popping up where like he'll do
yeah.
a real life Tekken combo.
Yeah.
I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that is my.
Oh, Lord.
That is my.
Now Sam has
And
weapons.
if this
and
was your
my
first time
thing of
watching,
the
you're wondering
week.
what the hell that was. Torrian is our 3D animator, and so he always has these action things that he's talking about, be it punches, kicks, flips, slaps, frying
I have a
pan
hard drive
fights.
full of this stuff.
So every
Like,
week he picks some random action thing to highlight for you guys, and we usually laugh at him about
Yeah,
it. But
well-
that was pretty weird.
but
cool.
He fought with a hot fight. You see how he had to take the oven mitt from the guy?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I
He had
thought
to
that was
take
a
the
great
oven mitt
touch.
from the guy to the pan.
He had to
was
unlock
great.
it.
It was a very Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's what I
Style
was gonna say.
fight
It's
scene.
very Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
Good.
Wonderful.
loved it.
God.
What?
right.
He pushed
Hey,
the pan. That was his attack.
Just touch
Just
a frying
burning
pan
people.
to
I
him.
mean, yeah, that would suck. I
pan.
wouldn't even want to fight a person with a burning frying pan.
No, that'd be rough.
With an egg on it?
Ooh, he could fight Cooking Mama.
Oh, there we go.
Eric
should do-
Jacobus
should we
versus
do it?
Cooking Mama?
Should we do? What if we ever did an Iron Chef death battle?
Gordon,
where we
Gordon
had-
Ramsay versus Guy Fieri.
No.
Oh, I'll write
They're
that.
both cooking show personalities.
I'll
Yeah,
write
yeah.
that just to kill Guy Fieri.
I knew you said-
yeah, you hate Guy Fieri.
The
That's
wheel-
right.
Wheelchair raccoon
hate
from
is a light
Overcooked.
word for it. Guy Fieri is a terrible,
Why do
terrible
you
piece of
hate
shit.
him?
I don't know, man. He just look at just the hair and
Is
everything.
it the frosted tips? That's
Like we talk, I can't remember why we were talking about it the other day about judging somebody solely based on how they look. Guy Fieri would be my one where I'm just like, that human looks like shit. In my opinion, will never waver.
Wow. how do you like what I don't know like the
Also,
guy-
his shows are boring as shit.
I was just about
and
to say
stupid.
like him,
Diners,
the
Drive-Ins,
guy
and
from
Knives.
Man vs. Who is no longer famous. Just
yeah,
those,
that
just
show.
those people like how
about
do they
that.
get famous? Just people film them eat or
Just get
I
on the Food Network.
assume Guy
It's step
Fieri,
one.
like
Yes.
Gordon Ramsay, got famous for cursing a lot and being a good chef
yeah,
or a
he's
good
like a
restaurateur.
legit
And
But-
being
chef.
very blunt,
he's an
to
asshole.
put it lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, being very blunt, but then there's also going further than being blunt. And when you put two pieces of bread around someone's head and make them
Yeah.
say that
Yeah.
they're an
An
idiot,
idiot
Well,
sandwich,
he said
which
in
is
like
awesome,
he said in
but-
interviews like he's like of course it's like TV, all right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's like
Yeah.
I am like this in real life, but you have to be because I own like fucking 10 Michelin five Michelin star restaurants and
Right.
it's super successful. And he's like, and they just asked me to do a little extra on TV, which is great. Like he's like that's fine. I have fun doing it.
hurt more
He's like-
people's feelings. Sure, I've got an excuse now.
There's a
Should that be
video.
a community battle?
Gordon Ram- no.
Should it be?
Yeah, I think it should.
Gordon
Just
Ramsay.
Gordon
versus
Ramsay?
Guy Fieri.
God,
Gordon
Yes.
Ramsay wins.
All day, free. Gordon Ramsay.
I haven't even seen Guy Fieri cook anything in like a century.
'Cause he
just
can't cook.
Doesn't he
But
just
it's-
make stuff at TGI Fridays?
He just eats shitty food
It's
at
about
diners,
fighting,
drives,
though.
and dives or whatever.
It's about fighting, though, not trying to outcook
Exactly.
each other.
I'm saying that Gordon Ramsay's probably got some mad knife skills.
Oh,
whereas
he-
Guy Fieri, is going to eat a hamburger at Gordon really hard?
He
Like,
works out too. Like Gordon Ramsay, like exercises and like
Yeah, I would also be-
boxes and stuff to stay in shape.
Yeah, like the insults Gordon Ramsay throws out, you might as well be getting stabbed by knives.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are so
Real quick, John has some random fact he'd like to throw out.
Before he was going to be a chef, he was going to be a professional soccer player.
Yeah.
Gordon
Oh
Ramsay,
yeah,
yeah.
Gordon
yeah.
Ramsay was going to be a professional soccer player
He's-
before he's going to
yeah,
be a
he's
professional
definitely in
chef.
shape.
So he's got the kicks down at least. He can do that. Maybe just
I wanna
he just
see-
headbutts him. Oh, that'd be great.
I want to see the pro Guy Fieri arguments because we have to pick one.
Yeah, yeah. I would
I
definitely.
really want to see the arguments for him.
Who would even be pro Guy Fieri?
Hey, somebody's got to do it. Someone take one for the team, just for the sake of argument.
There you go.
You can do it. All right.
I don't think so.
And you can answer that community battle by using the hashtag DeathBattleCast.
In the bottom left corner.
It's also where you ask your questions, where we get to answer them on the show, and they can be about like the most recent death battle. They can be about any death battle. They can just be in general for us. So first up, question number 1.
Shall I read?
Yes, you can read, Nick.
Why are you always
All right.
reading?
You
'Cause
are
I like
literate.
reads.
I'm reading.
Is it difficult to do? This is from Lucas Frampton, by the way. Is it difficult to do a death battle on characters that are still continuing in medias? For example, Yang.
That was years ago.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah, but we do that all the
we've
time.
covered a question
I
similar
know.
to this before.
I mean, both
Get
both
over it.
Fairy Tail and One Piece are continuing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's also, and I mean, I know you had it with Joker and stuff. Where
a little bit,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like the Joker thing was more like they were going to reveal his name, like when we were in the middle of writing an episode where we're like nobody knows his real name.
Yeah, it's
relatively
kind of
minor.
annoying, but rarely does it make a difference unless they do something so insane, which hasn't happened to me yet, where it's like, oh, did you see that episode that came out last week? He blew up 18 planets with one punch, and then you're like, well, fuck, there goes everything I've done.
I mean,
That has yet to happen.
that hasn't
thankfully.
happened yet, so.
if you really like honed in on that, then you wouldn't do almost anybody current. Like it'd be fun to do like recent, not current, but like recent stuff or whatever. But like if you always are like, well, their media is still going, then you would never do them. Like
Yeah.
it would
I mean,
always be a waiting thing.
It's kind of
Like,
bittersweet because for us it's like, okay, usually something isn't like literally putting out an episode the next week, right?
Yeah.
For us and when we do it, but there have been times where like we've got this episode like pretty much done, and then something's like, and this thing's getting a new season, or like, guess what's
Related
coming
note.
soon? Dragon Ball Super.
I was just
or,
going to
like,
say,
Dragon Ball
related
movies.
note. Do you guys want a new Dragon Ball series? We can just make Goku Superman 3.
Yeah, no.
As soon as we announce that, we'll get Dragon Ball Ultra or whatever.
Yeah, seriously. So the thing about it is like, look, it's honestly great for the show because if new media is coming out for it, then there's more of a buzz around it, and it's more likely
Yeah. that
people will come across the episode and maybe find Death Battle, and that's great. It's just a big bummer when, especially when a character does something like really cool or new, and like if an episode's already been out, then all we get. Like, in the best, this has happened on multiple cases, but the best example is Goku versus Superman, the very first one, because we have worked on this episode for so long. We spent the most time on Goku vs. Superman than anything else, and we'd spent forever, gone through like 4 script revisions or something, and we're like, everything's good to go. We got it. Like, we're gonna do Death Battle, and then it was just like, Dragon Ball movies are coming, and it's like Dragon Ball Super is getting announced, and then we're just like. So first it was the movies, because then it was like, oh, he got a new form, and then it was like, see, idiots, now he's a god, and I'm just like, oh, great. And so like the reason we did Goku vs. Superman 2 is because so many people was like, there's this new media, he's a god now, and like that's so. And then we did Goku vs. Superman 2, and when we did Goku vs. Superman 2, they're like, Dragon Ball Super is coming now, and I'm just like,
A whole series.
fucking really? Like,
whole series.
So there's still people who are just like, oh, just wait. He's gonna get this. And then there had a thing happen recently that Goku like did something where he could shake the universe or something like that. So that's gotten a lot of people flared back up again.
Thanks for spoiling it, Chad. I'm not gonna.
doesn't
watch
even-
it.
It's also,
I don't-
like,
I
I
don't
mean,
care. I'm
it
not
also kind of gives us the opportunity to look at the match again later. Like, I mean,
Right.
in 19 years when One Piece finishes, maybe we can look at this one again. But,
Look at it again
You know.
and do what? You want to make it again?
well, after, because they both have, like, I think the One Piece guy said they have, like, about 200 or so more episodes left. I think he said they're almost 3/4 of the way done. Like, he's had the story. So, yeah, I mean, after another 200 episodes, we could take a look at it again, see if it's worth remaking the fight.
Or you do a different thing, and that's what's really great too about it. Like the benefit is that with new information, then hey, maybe we'll bring him back in a death battle for a new combatant or something. And there's still, I know a lot of people enjoy the show because not only do they get to watch the cool fight, but they learn a lot about the character. And so if new stuff has come out and it gives us an opportunity to like, hey, look at this new stuff that the character can do. Now they can do all this stuff. You know more about the character, and it's another reason to come back and watch again. So like, I'm sure we'll learn some new things about Deadpool.
Surely.
And the upcoming.
Oh, are you gonna do the thing where he in the first one, you have him make all those pictures to where he pops up doing like the rundown and stuff?
We'll have to find out.
Okay.
Talking about like when Deadpool himself becomes part of the rundown?
Yes.
We'll have to find out.
Well, you don't have those pictures unless you save them, because I damn sure don't. That was years ago.
We're gonna have to find out.
Luckily,
Did you make
we have
new
our
pictures?
Luckily, we have our master super archive where we keep all that stuff just in case.
How
Well,
useful.
whatever. Torian's trying. You work here, and he's trying to fish for information on the fight on camera.
I'm trying.
Soon.
Hey, I'm very protective of my work. Like, I don't want.
I like how
Soon.
Sam
I
is
want
very
these
stealthily.
kids-
I got
just
no
kidding.
trigger discipline. I know.
Yeah.
No trick.
He's just,
God.
just gradually, it's aiming more and more toward Chad. That's what
Right.
I'm appreciating here.
So earlier, I did a thing where I, instead of calling for our out of comic context panel of the week, I just went straight to questions. And John gave me a little look, and then I realized that I hadn't done that. But it was a great segue, John, so you
mess
can
up.
deal with it. In that case, what's our out of context comic panel? There it is.
Okay, so clearly from Batman. What is he saying? Chocolate.
And then Batman kicks the shit.
Wait, no. Does he just? Oh, he kicks him in the back of the head.
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I didn't know.
Are those teeth?
I didn't notice the. Oh, it is teeth.
Hey, Mike.
Jesus, Batman.
I didn't notice the boot in the first panel. I thought he just kicked him so hard that he disintegrated,
Or like, or just,
leaving
like,
the hat in
disappeared.
teeth.
I thought he-
Become a hat with teeth.
I thought he kicked the ice cream.
Is that Harvey
Yeah.
Dent? It looks like it might be Harvey Dent.
I like how
can't tell from this
Harvey
side.
Dent's tongue is coming out a bit too much for ice cream.
Yeah.
B, he kicked him in the back of the head so hard he lost teeth.
What happened to the back of his head
Also,
then?
he
I
would have
wonder.
had to have gone forward. How did his teeth escape his mouth in that situation?
That's my
This is
ice cream.
obviously a comic book where somebody didn't think about what they were doing or writing or drawing.
Which happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
More than you would think.
Man.
So you think the guy? I think I'm gonna assume that the. Well, did he kick the shit out of him? I was gonna say maybe the chocolate was poisoned or something, and like
Just doing him a
Batman's
favor.
trying
Then
to
he
save
would
him,
have
but like,
slapped the. He would have like bataranged the chocolate off
but
of
if
the
there was
cone
no
or some
time,
dumb
it's
shit.
just like
Battering the chocolate.
I gotta kick him in the back of the head.
it's either your teeth or your life. Kablam! And just nails him.
When you said that, I think I think about the batarang just cutting through the ice cream, but the ice cream's still there. So it still
Yeah,
gets
just-
poisoned.
He does like
I
a
thought it would
magician's
just-
skirt
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Where it's
I thought it would just take the ice cream with it off the cone. Like,
and bring it back
yeah.
to Batman.
And he's like, chocolate.
Stealing people ice cream.
or maybe
it wasn't actually poisoned. I
That's
just
why
wanted
he
chocolate.
leaves the bottom of his cowl open so he
So
can
he
still
can-
have ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why doesn't Batman just like wear full mask?
So
So
he
there's
can eat ice
actually,
cream.
Practical so that he can
I
eat
actually
and-
have a really good panel on why he tells that. He tells the Joker to mock him. Because the Joker asks that exact question, and he's like, I do it to mock you.
Really? Just to talk shit to the Joker?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I
have the
forego.
panel.
I didn't know there was a reason.
I forego
I mean,
protection
he's just trying to piss the Joker
from
off
being
at that
shot
point,
in the
but still.
mouth to piss the Joker
Now,
off.
if you'll excuse me, Joker, I hear a child being given soft serve, and I have to go ruin his day.
Just throws the batarang.
Yeah, I did kicks him in the back of the head. That's how you stop. Just
Kicks him in the back of the head and throws the batarang to catch the ice cream.
It's
before
either
it
ice
falls.
cream or your teeth. Like,
It's either ice cream or
God.
your teeth.
All right, cool. Let's go with another question.
Back to questions.
It's either ice cream or your teeth.
All right, this is from.
I'm reading.
No.
Go ahead, Torrian.
Take
he
it.
really wants.
Fine.
What
You get
how do
one.
Why do you always call for it and then?
Ultra Link 20.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was gonna do the same
name.
thing.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna attempt. the
Will
name.
you ever make a death battle starring characters from myth and legend, such as a Knight of the Round or Greek demigod.
Well, first off, I just want to say, if we do make a death battle with a Knight of the Round, there was an awesome cartoon show in the 90s called Knights of the Round.
I remember the name. I don't remember the actual show,
Where it
though.
was King Arthur and a bunch of his knights, but they were like future knights, so their armor was like kind of robotic-esque,
Yeah.
and they had like laser swords and
One
stuff.
of them
Oh, yeah.
skated, right? One of them had like rollerblades.
I think so.
If
It
we
was-
did something like that, would we just take, like, every time they've appeared in fiction? So,
Maybe.
like, Greek demigod, like what they did in God of War versus, like, in the actual ancient Greek stories
that would be
versus...
very interesting.
just
That'd
take
kinda be
literally
how we would
everything,
have
see
to do
how
it.
how much
Yeah.
it adds up to.
But dude, I'm telling you what, if we ever use Knights of the Round, it's totally gonna get thrown in there if it's like Lancelot or King Arthur or something, because that, man, I haven't seen that since I was a child, but like as a kid I was like, this is so cool. Like knights I already thought were awesome, but these guys got fucking lasers and shit. Like way better.
Lasers.
But yeah, mythology can be cool.
Lasers.
Mainly we stick kind of just, to like kind of nerd culture media, but I mean, I don't know. We really could do it on anything. It's
Disney's Hercules.
just Zero to Hero. Right?
Combine that with
Um,
Marvel Hercules.
Yeah, dude, Hercules would be crazy.
And the Rock Hercules.
Oh yeah,
there we
that's
go.
Right.
I like
Oh, you
the
know what?
Wayne
I
Johnson.
forgot all about
Hercules
that.
in New York, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh god, that
A
wow.
battle of Hercules.
No,
Hercules.
it's all one Hercules.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant have all the other Hercules.
That's another great idea.
Like a Hercules
Yes,
battle
Hercules,
royale.
Yeah, battle royale.
Versus
yeah.
like Jason and the Argonauts or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
Marvel
it's a
Hercules
total
would win.
possibility. I'm sure we might do something someday. I kind of like the idea of just searching through all the different media and kind of seeing.
Everything they've appeared in.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, what's next?
From Charles Krause. Ignoring Luke versus Harry's results, and also with new movies, would you guys want to be a Jedi or a wizard?
Ooh, see that's
Jedi, because they are wizards, just with laser swords.
Well, it's not
not
to
really.
the degree. Wizards have more magic at their
Yeah,
disposal.
you can only shoot lightning.
More, but
Okay,
you can also
realistically
force
here-
pull things and
Realistically,
force choke.
Jedis have a lot of downsides. When you're that close to the Force, you can be tempted by the dark side in a way that like people.
You just
I don't
get more
think-
happens
powers
with
then.
wizards.
Well,
though,
I don't
too.
think, but I don't think people understand like how that works. They're just like, no, it's just when they get mad they become evil. It's like no, like when Luke was in the cave on Dagobah and like that's like the dark side trying to fuck with him and pull him over. It's like
Right.
that actually happens. So I think wizards, and also let's go back to I think it's the first Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone. And he goes over to Ron's.
That's not the one with the snake, Torian.
He goes over
Damn
to
it.
He goes over to Ron's
Now I have no
house,
idea
right?
what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He goes over to where?
Ron's house.
Yeah.
And his mom is using magic to do all the dishes and
Yep.
cleaning. Done. Wizard life. Lazy as shit. I'm never gonna clean. I've never seen a Force user just be like, "Oh, let me tidy up." That's never happened.
Doesn't mean it
That is
can't
true.
happen.
I agree. I'm also a huge fantasy nerd, so like wizard all the way for me because what? Like the only thing I like Jedis are cool. Don't get me wrong, they're awesome.
Yeah.
But
Although-
but here's the deal. What's the coolest part about being a Jedi?
Lightsabers.
Lightsaber, right? I'm a wizard. I can just make a sword of fire or
Sword of
energy. A sword of
Sword of
ice. I can
lightning.
choose my mood, and it's still a cool, like shiny, shimmery sword thing.
You
That'd
can
be
choose
great.
what kind of wizard you
I-
can be.
I actually do have to kind of lean back toward wizard because I also
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's
remember
right.
because I remembered that Jedis are like weird monks that never get married and stuff. Like they just have to be stoic.
Yeah, but wizards,
time.
you can sling
They're
your rod
boring.
all you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, come to the wizard side.
Yeah.
You can be different types of wizards.
Not
you can be
all.
a
join the
To
ninja
wizard
be
side.
wizard.
fair,
I'll join the
though,
wizard
not
side.
all Jedi's are like celibate monks. I mean, there's plenty that don't.
But that's like
That's like Obi-Wan's age of the Jedi
Yeah,
Council.
but Nick's a good person. He'd commit. If he was in the Jedi Order, he'd be like, "You're right. I'll never touch a woman."
The problem
Like,
with-
it's
Yeah,
like-
but
I'm not-
that's not true for.
You would. I'm not saying no. I'm saying you would commit to the Jedi principles because you are a man of principle.
sure.
Never mind. Whatever.
But that's
Fine.
not the same
You never-
principles.
never
Like
break your vows, that's
Luke.
fine.
Luke doesn't roll like that because it's not. That's like an old archaic thing. Like
Well,
I
in the
just don't think
expanded
it is.
universe, he didn't. As far as we know, in the actual official continuity, we don't
Rey
know.
is probably his daughter. We'll see.
I
But
feel
I
like-
bet you
we'll
he
see.
banged somebody
We'll see.
and now Rey's his daughter.
I feel like if
We're
you be a
gonna check it out.
Jedi, you have to be evil to get the most out of it.
Please
I
don't
mean-
choose Jedi, Torian.
Oh, I would be a Jedi if I can be evil immediately.
Is Sith Lord an option?
Yeah.
Because Torian
I would be
a
like,
Sith
we're
Lord.
like once we're in like the Jedi thing or whatever. I'm like, hey, I'm just warning all of you. You're all my friends. I like you, Nick. I like you, Sam. I like you, Chad.
You can be
But
evil.
I am going to be evil. You're top of the class. You can't do that. Well, I'm evil.
Suck lightning.
Dark side,
dude.
come get me already. Like Emperor Palpatine's like looking at me like, bro, you don't gotta trick me. As soon as I get done with this graduation, we can leave. We can bounce, go get something to eat, and you give me my Sith,
Go get something to eat.
in my Sith garbs or whatever.
I
Like,
mean, to be fair,
as a
the
wizard,
evil people got way better fashion choices
Exactly.
too. Yeah, like,
And
I
they're
mean,
like
they be looking good as fuck
super
all the time.
powerful. I've never seen Luke Skywalker pull like the thing like what was it in what's the game?
The Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Talking
I never
about Darth
seen-
Vader pulling down the TIE fighter?
No, it's not Darth Vader. It's the apprentice.
Or yeah, the apprentice. Yeah,
But he's
whatever.
a good
One of
guy
them
at
did.
that point. but yeah.
Luke has never done that. That seems like a power you only get from the dark side.
I mean, almost pulled an
lifted an
X-wing out of the swamp.
Almost.
No,
pull an
but-
X-wing
Minnesota.
out of the swamp, not pull a
it
giant
is.
ship
Yeah,
through the
s-
gravitational field of the Earth.
Star Killer does the Imperial Star Destroyer. He was
Yeah.
like one of the giant
Like
Right,
that's
ships.
that you gotta unlock that power by going to the dark side. You can't. You're limited. If you're as
Also,
a wizard,
I
you
bet you
can.
Yoda could have done it.
The dark sides are.
Or you're just gonna flip around and do it.
No,
huh?
we're not gonna go to that part
Okay,
of the Yoda
alright.
thing.
The dark side people, the Sith, are the only people that have ever figured out how to live forever. I mean, Yoda and Obi-Wan can do
There you
it through
go.
that weird, like, they become ghosts. But Palpatine and stuff just was like, he could not die of old age.
Yeah, but man, he looked
But
rough.
Yoda was like 900 something years old. That might not be a Jedi thing. It might
I
just be
think
the
that's
fact
his
that he's like a
race. Yeah.
weird
That
That
alien
little,
frog or whatever.
that little green.
That's like the Wookiees, too. Wookiees live like
He actually
500-600
used to
years or
look
some shit.
human.
He can't
No,
pull
he's
the
just
thing
that
out of
old.
the sky. He can't pull the thing out the sky.
Yoda's so old. He is a human. He just turned green and kept shrinking. Like,
Yeah.
you've seen a guy
His
that's like
skin, like-
103 and he's like this. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
just add that 9 times. That's what you get a
But
Yoda.
you know, as a
Yep.
wizard,
Your skin
you can,
just like
you can get cool
molds
powers
over
if
or
you're good
whatever.
or evil.
Yeah.
You know.
Oro
If-
turned green when he got super old.
yeah.
Saying,
Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
kind of
yellowish.
orangey.
Yellowish.
So evil wizards,
He's just-
evil
he's still
wizards,
flesh
got a
colored.
green skin.
they don't seem to take advantage of their evil wizardry, right?
Yeah.
If you're an evil wizard, the immediate thing I'm gonna do is open up a gate to the demon world and let all demons in. They don't do that.
Jesus, never
Like,
give
what?
Torian powers.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you have that power as a wizard. Why wouldn't you do that?
Also, dark
me-
wizards always seem to have some sort of terrible, like, body repercussions, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Like,
I just think of
yeah,
like
I mean, Sith do too. You're gonna skip
for whatever reason, whenever I think of wizard,
Hmm.
the first thing I think of is the Disney animated Sword in
Merlin?
the Stone with with Merlin and stuff, like all the shape shifting you can do and stuff.
there
be
are
cool,
cooler
too.
That'd be
wizards
fun.
out there.
And
Everyone in
wizards,
Final
limited
Fantasy
possibilities.
is a wizard.
especially Harry Potter wizard. If you're just like an average, pretty good wizard person, the dark side's not messing with them. It's not like Ron's mom's getting like haunting nightmares from Voldemort or some shit. Like she's just chilling, never doing the fucking dishes again. Like she don't vacuum. She's a wizard.
Which
Which, actually.
Which
Yeah, and it's
okay.
like,
Yeah, go-
you-
good enough.
there's not certain levels to Jedi either. Like, that's a wizard. She's fine with her level of wizardry.
Oh, there's plenty of levels of
Clean it
Jedi.
is. I mean, I guess, but like,
you have admitted you don't know anything about Star Wars. So
Wizard.
you can't.
I've
tell us.
admitted.
Wizard.
Wizard.
Sith Lord.
Evil Jedi.
Yeah, Sith Lord. Got it.
Yep.
Cool. Wizards win. Never give Torian powers because regardless of what it is, apparently he will use it for evil.
It's just more fun.
I'm not saying I wouldn't use my wizardy
fine.
powers for like basic
There you
corporate
go.
evil.
There you go.
I would use it for
Corporate
I would
evil.
use it for financial gain. If
Yeah.
that meant, oh, I can cure people's cancer, I'll do it that way, but I'm still gonna charge.
Yeah, you got.
Well, okay,
you guys,
I'm gonna charge rich people. If you're poor as shit, maybe I'll just hook you up.
this is what we're
But
gonna
if
do.
you're, if
Part
you're
of how
rich
much
as
you
shit,
make a year.
He's gonna use his
Yeah. Hand
it
evil
over.
wizardry
Yeah, exactly.
to fund my destructive evil wizardry.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're really rich,
There we go.
Wow.
pay for
Why
it.
have powers and still be abide by rules? Be evil.
Because you can just take. Why not just take over the
A
world,
rule
Torian?
was broken to get you powers.
rules of
So the doors are already open.
Oh, so therefore it's just okay.
He makes
Doors are
good
already
Just right
arguments.
for the
the
taking.
doors are already open.
You have power. That's just like the door open to take over the world.
You guys better take me out.
Yeah, apparently we better. All right. Well, thanks. That was a great question. Again, submit your guys' questions using the hashtag DeathBattleCast and submit your community battle answers, which, if you remember, our community battle is...
Guy Fieri versus.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon
I
Ramsay.
almost said Ray William Johnson. I couldn't remember his name for some reason.
What?
Gordon Ramsay versus Guy Fieri. If you don't know who they are, just look them up. And
Or
please...
triple threat, add in Ray William Johnson as well. Why not?
That'll just confuse them. Pick one of the two. Great. Well, this has been another episode of the Death Battle Cast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know your feedback in the comments. And yeah, if you guys want to watch this episode, it airs live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central.
That ricochet hit me in the nose?
Let us know
You got
what
a
other
double.
stuff you want me to bring to the
I
set.
had to do it.
Get him to stop bringing. Just tell Torrian.
No.
They're just gonna encourage
It's
you.
been
Hit me
sitting
right
on
in
the
the
table.
nose.
I know. I'm glad I didn't get your eye. The nose, I don't feel bad.
I'm
about.
also
The
very
funny
glad
part
you
is I
didn't get
put
my
these
eye.
bullets in here in every other one.
No, I replaced it so they would be in every one.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Thanks,
thank you
guys.
for watching.
We'll see you later.
Bye.